What if I told you that people are leaving the UK at a rate we haven't seen in years? And no, it's not just a few travelers or digital nomads. We're talking about families, professionals, and even retirees, packing up and saying, enough is enough. The cost of living, through the roof. Housing, a nightmare. Taxes, rising. Public services, declining. And let's not even start on the weather. But here's the real shocker. 2025 might just be the year the UK sees one of its biggest brain drains ever. Skilled professionals, young graduates, and even business owners are choosing to leave for good. Why? Because other countries are offering them something better, lower costs, higher wages, and an actual chance at home ownership. So what's really driving this mass exodus? Is it just about money? Or is there something deeper, a shift in mindset, a new way of looking at life? And here's the big question. If things don't change, could you be next? In this video, we're breaking down the top 10 reasons why people are leaving the UK in 2025. And trust me, reason number 10 might just surprise you. Stay till the end, because this isn't just about statistics. It's about real lives, real struggles, and a future that might look very different from what we imagined. Number 1. The rising cost of living. If you live in the UK, you don't need anyone to tell you. The cost of living is brutal. Prices are climbing faster than wages, and no matter how hard people work, it feels like they're just treading water. Rent? Insane. Energy bills? Unpredictable. Grocery shopping? A shock every time you check out. In 2025, things have only gotten worse. Inflation is still high, and while other countries are figuring out ways to ease the burden on their citizens, the UK seems stuck in a cycle of higher costs, lower wages, and fewer benefits. People are looking at their paychecks and realizing that in another country, that same salary could buy them a bigger house, better healthcare, and a more comfortable life. And it's not just about affordability, it's about quality of life. What's the point of earning a decent salary if half of it disappears on rent? If you have to choose between heating your home or affording food? If a simple dinner out with friends feels like a luxury rather than a normal part of life? Other countries are offering a better deal. Spain, Portugal, and Greece have a lower cost of living and better climates. Germany and the Netherlands offer higher wages and strong worker protections. And in places like Canada and Australia, people feel like their tax money actually benefits them, instead of just disappearing into a system that gives little back. That's why many UK residents are asking themselves a tough question. If I can have a better life somewhere else, why am I still here? And honestly, that's just the beginning. Because if you think the cost of living is bad, wait until you hear what's happening with the housing market. Buying a home in the UK? Good luck. Let's talk about why people are running from the country's never-ending housing crisis. Number 2. The housing crisis. If you've tried to buy or rent a home in the UK recently, you already know. It's a disaster. Prices are out of control, supply is shrinking, and for many, the dream of owning a home feels completely out of reach. In 2025, it's worse than ever. Mortgage rates have shot up, making it almost impossible for first-time buyers to afford a home. Renting isn't any better. Landlords are increasing prices, competition is brutal, and tenants are left paying absurd amounts for tiny, outdated flats. And here's the kicker. Even if you can afford a place, the quality? Questionable at best. Damp, mold, tiny living spaces. People are paying premium prices for homes that, in other countries, wouldn't even pass basic housing standards. That's why so many people are saying, enough is enough. Why spend decades saving for a home in the UK when you could own property abroad for half the price? Places like Spain, Portugal, and even Eastern Europe offer bigger homes, better weather, and a much lower cost of living. For many, the choice is obvious. Stay in the UK, trapped in a cycle of renting forever, or move abroad and actually build a future. What do you think? Is the UK's housing market pushing you out? Drop a comment below and let us know where you'd consider moving. And if this topic hits home, make sure to subscribe, because we're breaking down more real issues that no one else is talking about. And trust me, the housing crisis is just one piece of the puzzle. Because even if you somehow manage to afford a home, there's another problem. You're paying more in taxes but getting less in return. Let's talk about why people feel like their hard-earned money is disappearing into thin air. Number 3. High taxes and declining public services. Let's talk about something that nobody enjoys, but everyone has to deal with: taxes. In theory, paying taxes isn't the issue. People understand that taxes fund healthcare, infrastructure, education, and public services. The real problem? In the UK, people are paying more and getting less. Let's break it down. Over the last few years, taxes have gone up. Income tax, national insurance, council tax, VAT, you name it. But what's actually improving? Public transport is still unreliable. The NHS is stretched thin. Emergency services are underfunded. And despite all these tax hikes, the quality of life for the average person isn't getting any better. Now compare this to other countries. Take Germany, for example. Yes, taxes are high there too, but in return, you get top-tier healthcare, incredible public transport, and strong workers' rights. Or look at Portugal, where many expats legally pay little to no tax for years under special residency programs. Even in countries like Canada and Australia, people feel like their taxes are at least funding systems that work. The frustration is growing. People are working hard, paying into a system that feels increasingly broken, and watching other nations offer better deals for their citizens. Why stay in a place where you're constantly giving more but receiving less? It's not just about money, it's about fairness. It's about feeling like your hard work actually benefits you, rather than just disappearing into a black hole of government inefficiency. And in 2025, more people than ever are deciding that if they're going to pay high taxes, it might as well be somewhere that gives them something back. But here's where things get even more frustrating. Because even if you're willing to put up with the taxes, the cost of living, and the housing mess, there's another reason people are leaving, one that nobody saw coming after Brexit, and that's the way job opportunities are shifting in 2025. Number 4. The post-Brexit fallout. Brexit was supposed to be about taking back control, but for a lot of people, it feels like they've lost more than they've gained. In 2025, the full impact of Brexit isn't just theory anymore. It's real, it's visible, and for many, it's making life in the UK harder, not better. Businesses are struggling with trade restrictions, supply chains are still tangled, and the dream of a stronger, independent Britain feels more like a bureaucratic nightmare. One of the biggest issues: job opportunities. The UK was once a prime spot for global companies, but now many have moved their headquarters to Europe. Cities like Berlin, Amsterdam, and Dublin are benefiting from a brain drain as talented professionals chase better salaries, stronger job security, and access to European markets. And let's not forget travel. Before Brexit, hopping on a plane to work or study in Europe was effortless. Now, visas, work permits, and mountains of paperwork make the process a headache. Many young professionals are asking themselves, why stay in a country that's making it harder to succeed globally? Then there's the emotional toll. A lot of people feel like the UK has become more isolated, less connected to the world, more divided internally. Those who once saw Britain as a forward-thinking, multicultural hub now see it as a place that's closing itself off. And here's the real kicker: while the UK deals with these struggles, other countries are rolling out the red carpet for expats. Spain, Portugal, and even France are making it easier for skilled workers to move in, offering tax breaks, visa perks, and business incentives. So when you put it all together, fewer job opportunities, more travel restrictions, and a growing sense of disconnection, it's no surprise that people are choosing to leave the UK for good. But even if Brexit didn't affect you directly, there's another reason people are packing their bags. Because in 2025, the job market isn't just shifting, it's evolving, and the rise of remote work is changing everything. Number 5. Better job opportunities abroad. Let's be real, people don't just leave their home country for no reason. They leave because they see something better elsewhere. And in 2025, that something better is career opportunities. The job market in the UK has been a roller coaster in recent years. Salaries aren't keeping up with inflation, businesses are downsizing, and entire industries are struggling to stay competitive. Meanwhile, other countries are offering workers higher pay, better benefits, and more stability. So why wouldn't people take the leap? Take Germany, for example. Its booming tech and engineering sectors are attracting thousands of skilled workers, offering them higher salaries and better job security. The Netherlands, a hub for startups and remote work, with companies that prioritize work-life balance instead of overworking employees. Even places like Canada and Australia are actively inviting skilled professionals, making it easier than ever to move and build a future there. And here's another game changer: remote work. It's now possible to work for a global company without being tied to one location. A software developer in the UK, for example, might realize they can work remotely for a US company and earn double while living somewhere with a lower cost of living. That's a no-brainer. Even blue-collar workers are finding better deals abroad. Countries like New Zealand and Canada are offering better wages, stronger job protections, and smoother immigration pathways for skilled tradespeople. In contrast, many workers in the UK feel like they're working harder for less reward. And then there's quality of life. In many other countries, jobs come with better vacation policies, healthcare benefits, and work-life balance. Meanwhile, UK workers often feel like they're constantly playing catch-up, working long hours, paying high taxes, and barely scraping by. So when people see that they can earn more, work less, and enjoy life more somewhere else, the decision becomes obvious. And let's not forget another reason why people are leaving. A reason that's less about money and more about happiness. Because while jobs and salaries matter, there's one thing the UK just can't compete with. Number 6. The weather factor. Let's be honest, the UK's weather is miserable. And it's not just a small inconvenience. For many people, it's a major reason to leave. Think about it. Endless grey skies, constant rain, freezing winters, and barely there summers. It's not just about comfort, it's about mental health, lifestyle, and overall well-being. The UK's long, dark winters take a real toll on people. Seasonal affective disorder, SAD, is a serious issue, and for those who struggle with it, months of limited sunlight can feel like a never-ending mental drain. Meanwhile, people look at life in Spain, Portugal, Greece, and Australia, and the difference is night and day, literally. Imagine waking up to blue skies almost every day, spending weekends outdoors instead of being stuck inside because of yet another grey, rainy forecast. And it's not just about mood, it's about health. Warmer, sunnier climates allow people to be more active, get more natural vitamin D, and enjoy a less stressful lifestyle. Instead of braving cold, damp weather that makes joint pain and respiratory issues worse, people in sunnier countries enjoy fresh air, outdoor exercise, and a better overall quality of life. But here's the kicker. It's not just retirees looking for sunshine. Young professionals, families, and even students are choosing sunnier countries over the UK because they know that better weather equals better lifestyle. And with remote work making it possible to live anywhere, more people are realizing they don't have to put up with the UK's endless gloom anymore. And it's not just about sunshine, it's about affordability too. A beachside apartment in Spain can cost less than a tiny London flat, and living costs in places like Thailand or Mexico are half of what they are in the UK. So why stay in a place where you're paying more for less sunshine? But here's where things get even more concerning. Because even if people love the UK and can handle the weather, there's another problem that's making them rethink staying: safety. Let's talk about why some people no longer feel secure in their own country. Number 7. Crime and safety concerns. For many people, feeling safe is non-negotiable. No one wants to live in a place where they have to constantly watch their back, worry about rising crime rates, or feel like their community is becoming less secure. And in 2025, more and more UK residents are saying that safety is one of the biggest reasons they're considering leaving. Let's be clear, the UK isn't lawless, but the numbers don't lie. Reports of violent crime, theft, and antisocial behaviour have been increasing in major cities. Many people, especially in places like London, Birmingham, and Manchester, feel that crime has become more visible, more frequent, and more unpredictable. And then there's the policing issue. With budget cuts and staffing shortages, law enforcement is struggling to keep up. Response times are slower, and for many victims, justice feels like a distant dream. People are starting to ask, if I don't feel protected in my own city, why should I stay? Meanwhile, other countries are looking more appealing. Nations like Japan, Switzerland, and Canada consistently rank among the safest places to live, with low crime rates and efficient policing systems. Even in parts of Europe, like Norway, Finland, and Denmark, people report feeling safer walking home at night compared to major UK cities. Safety isn't just about crime, it's about the general atmosphere of a place. Many people feel that the UK has become more tense, more divided, and more unpredictable in recent years. The combination of political instability, economic pressure, and social unrest has created an underlying sense of uncertainty. And for those with families, the decision is even clearer. If I can raise my kids in a safer, more stable country, why wouldn't I? The reality is, people want to live somewhere they feel secure and at peace. And when safety concerns start outweighing the benefits of staying, people start looking for an exit. But here's something even deeper. Because for many people, leaving the UK isn't just about crime, money, or jobs. It's about finding a better way to live. And that's why so many people are chasing something even bigger. A more relaxed, stress-free lifestyle. Number 8. The search for a more relaxed lifestyle. At the end of the day, it's not just about money, crime, or even the weather. It's about quality of life. More and more people in the UK are realizing that life shouldn't just be about survival. It should be about enjoyment, balance, and actually having time to live. The UK's work culture. Exhausting. Long hours, high stress, and for what? Stagnant wages, rising costs, and barely any time to enjoy life. Many workers feel like they're just running on a hamster wheel, working non-stop, paying high bills, and getting little in return. Compare that to places like Spain, Italy, or Portugal, where the work-life balance is built into the culture. People actually take breaks. They enjoy long meals, socialize, and take time off without guilt. In France, businesses are legally required to respect personal time, meaning no late-night emails or weekend work stress. In Scandinavian countries, people work fewer hours but earn more, thanks to strong worker protections and higher wages. And then there's stress levels. The UK ranks high in stress-related illnesses. Burnout is rising, mental health services are overwhelmed, and people are feeling the pressure from all sides: work, money, and even just daily life. In contrast, countries like New Zealand, Canada, and the Netherlands promote a slower, healthier lifestyle. Less traffic, cleaner air, more green spaces, and a general attitude of life is for living, not just working. For many, the decision is simple. Why stay in a place where I'm constantly stressed when I could move somewhere that actually prioritizes happiness? That's why thousands of UK residents are choosing to relocate, to slow down, enjoy life, and escape the never-ending grind. It's not about being lazy, it's about understanding that life isn't meant to be all work and no play. But here's the most surprising part. Even people who love the UK, who have built their lives here, are starting to leave. Because for many, moving abroad isn't just about lifestyle, it's about something even bigger. A fresh start. Number 9. People simply want a fresh start. Sometimes it's not just about money, jobs, or even the weather. Sometimes people leave because they feel like they've outgrown a place. They look around and realize they're not happy. And maybe, just maybe, there's something better out there. The last few years have been tough for a lot of people. The pandemic changed how we see life. Brexit changed how we see the UK. The economy changed how we see our future. And for many, the conclusion is simple. I don't have to stay here just because I was born here. People are realizing that life is too short to be stuck in a place that no longer feels right. Maybe they've hit a dead end in their career. Maybe they feel disconnected from the culture. Maybe they're just tired of the same routine, the same struggles, the same frustrations. And here's the thing, starting over somewhere new isn't as impossible as it used to be. Digital nomads are thriving. Visa programs for expats are making it easier to move. More companies are embracing remote work, meaning people aren't tied to one location anymore. If there's ever been a time to reinvent your life, it's now. Some people move to chase adventure, to experience new cultures, new food, new ways of living. Others move for personal growth, to challenge themselves, to see what life is like beyond their comfort zone. And then there are those who just want peace, to escape the stress, the noise, the constant grind of modern life. Whatever the reason, the message is clear. More people than ever are choosing to leave the UK, not just because of the problems here, but because of the possibilities elsewhere. So the big question is, if life could be better somewhere else, what's stopping you? Maybe it's time to think about it. Number 10. The UK feels less like home. For many people, the UK just doesn't feel like home anymore. And that's one of the biggest, most underrated reasons people are leaving. Over the past few years, something has changed. It's not just about politics or economics. It's about the overall atmosphere. People feel more divided than ever, and there's a growing sense of disconnection from the country they once loved. Brexit created a cultural and generational divide. The economy has made life harder, but instead of unity, there's more frustration, more resentment, more tension. The sense of community that once defined Britain, fading. For immigrants and ethnic minorities, the shift has been even more noticeable. Many feel like the UK has become less welcoming, less tolerant, and more difficult to build a future in. Policies on visas and residency have tightened, and the message to many has been clear: you don't belong here. But it's not just immigrants. Even born and raised UK citizens are feeling it. There's a sense of disillusionment, a feeling that the UK is losing what made it special. The pride, the opportunities, the stability. It's not what it used to be. Meanwhile, other countries are offering something different. A stronger sense of community. A more positive, forward-thinking culture. A government that supports its people rather than just taxing them more. Whether it's the open, friendly vibe of Canada, the laid-back culture of Portugal, or the progressive mindset of Scandinavian countries, people are looking elsewhere for the feeling of belonging that they no longer find at home. Because here's the truth: home isn't just where you were born. Home is where you feel valued, where you feel secure, where you feel happy. And for more and more people in the UK, that place might just be somewhere else. So what about you? Would you stay or would you leave? Drop a comment and tell us, if you could move anywhere in the world, where would it be? And hey, if you found this video eye-opening, you'll love our last one. Click here to check it out. We put a ton of effort into making these videos, so if you want to keep seeing real, no-fluff content like this, hit that subscribe button. It's just one click, and it helps us more than you know.